Take a deep breath and then let it go. Right now in this moment, there's nothing you need to solve, no one you need to explain yourself to, no one expecting you to have it all figured out. You're here, you showed up, and that's enough. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw relax. Let your hands go still. You don't have to be strong right now. You don't have to be guarded. You don't have to be anything but here. You've been through a lot, haven't you? Maybe you don't talk about it much. Maybe you joke through it. Maybe you've buried it beneath busy schedules, or silent nights, or saying, "I'm fine," when your heart feels like it's caving in. But deep down you know, you've been hurt. You've trusted people who didn't deserve it. You gave your love to people who didn't handle it with care. And maybe now, you don't trust the word love at all. Maybe it sounds like a trick, a setup, a wait. And when someone kind comes close, when someone soft sees something in you, when they try to hold your heart gently, you flinch. Because the last time you let somebody in, you bled. And now your body remembers. Even when your mind says, "This is different," your heart says, "I don't want to go through that again." Let yourself breathe through that. There's no shame here. You built armor because you needed it. Not because you're broken, but because you were trying to survive. And you did. So let's start with that. You survived. Whatever it was, the betrayal, the heartbreak, the manipulation, the way they made you question your worth, you're still here. And even if your heart is a little bruised, even if your trust comes with conditions now, even if you find yourself pulling away before you get too close, that doesn't mean you're incapable of love. It just means you're healing. And healing takes time. You don't have to open all the way up right now. You don't have to rush into softness. You don't have to tell your whole story in one night. You're allowed to go slow. You're allowed to take baby steps toward closeness. You're allowed to test the water without diving in. You're allowed to say, "I want to trust, but I'm scared." That's not weakness. That's honesty. That's strength. Take another breath. Let it move through your body like a soft reminder. You're safe in this moment. You're safe to exhale. You're safe to begin again, slowly, gently, in your own time. This meditation is for you, the guarded one, the quiet one, the one who's loved too hard and been let down too many times. This space is for the part of you that still hopes, even if it doesn't say it out loud. You're not broken, you're healing, and you don't have to do it all alone. Let's walk this path together, one part at a time. Take a deep breath. Let it move slowly in and even slower out. Feel your chest rise and fall. Feel the ground underneath you. You're here. You're safe. In this next part of your healing journey, it's about the walls. Not the ones you built with your hands, but the ones you built with your fear. The ones that grew brick by brick after each betrayal. The ones that formed every time you were let down. The ones that said, no one getting in again, not like that. Never again. And you know what? You built them for a reason. Not because you're cold. Not because you're damaged. But because you had to protect yourself. There was a time when your only priority was survival. Keeping your heart from shattering. Keeping your soul from drowning in someone else's chaos. And you did what you had to do. That armor you wear, it kept you safe. Maybe it looks like silence. Maybe it looks like pushing people away before they get too close. Maybe it looks like pretending you don't care when you do deeply. Maybe it looks like sarcasm, distraction, disappearing, detaching. Whatever it looks like, let's just say this together. It worked. It got you through. But now, it might be getting in the way. Because you're not in survival mode anymore. You're not in the same place you were back then. And even though the old fear whispers, don't let anyone close, it's safer to be alone. Your soul is quietly asking, but what if it's different this time? You don't have to tear the walls down overnight. You don't even have to open the door. But what if just for now you crack the window? What if you gave yourself permission to feel that someone out there might not want to hurt you? That someone might be standing outside the wall, not trying to break in, but waiting patiently, respectfully, and lovingly. They don't want to steal anything. They don't want to trick you. They just want to meet the real you. But they can't do that if you're hiding behind armor meant for a battle that's already over. Take another breath. Feel it move gently through you. Feel the quiet parts of yourself, the guarded parts soften just a little. You don't have to be vulnerable all at once. You don't have to trust blindly. But you can peek out. You can let love inch its way in. Carefully, gently, and slowly. Let this be your reminder. The armor served a purpose. But so does softness. So does safety. So does connection. Your armor doesn't have to be your forever. Let yourself rest. You're safe here. And love doesn't always have to hurt. Take a deep breath in. Let it go slowly. Let it soften your chest, your jaw, your shoulders. Let it clear out just a little space for something new. Because this one is about the echoes. The ones that follow you when you're trying to love again. The ones that creep into the room when someone new gets too close. The ones that whisper, "This is going to end like the last time." It makes sense that you hear them, because you've been through it. You've seen what it's like to open your heart and watch someone mishandle it. You've trusted people who said all the right things until they didn't. You've let someone in and watched them leave. Sometimes slowly, sometimes suddenly, but always in a way that left a scar. So now, when someone starts to care about you, when they lean in with kindness, when they show up gently, your brain goes into overdrive. It says, "Nope, this is dangerous. This is how it starts. Don't get used to it. Remember last time?" And suddenly you're not with this person. You're back with them. You're reliving old moments and old betrayals and old patterns. You start reacting to the past instead of the present. That's what trauma does. It creates echoes. It tricks you into thinking history is destined to repeat itself. It tells you to run from love before love has a chance to prove itself safe. But let me say this to the part of you that still believes pain is inevitable. I'm not them. They're not them. This new person in your life, they didn't cause your heartbreak. They weren't there for the damage. They don't know your scars unless you show them. They're not the one who left you unread. They're not the one who ghosted you and gaslit you and betrayed your trust or made you feel like you were hard to love. They're someone new. And they deserve a chance to be just that, new. It doesn't mean you ignore the past. It means you stop letting it hold your present hostage. Let yourself breathe. You can love again without becoming blind. You can trust again without forgetting what you've learned. You can soften again without becoming unsafe. This is your reminder that not everyone is here to hurt you. Not everyone will leave when it gets real. Not everyone sees love as a game, a trap, or something to conquer. Some people want to stay, want to understand, want to be different. But they can't prove that to you if you're already expecting them to fail. Let yourself try. Let yourself see this moment for what it is. Not an echo, not a repeat, but a brand new note and a brand new song. You're not stuck in a loop. You're allowed to experience something better. And maybe, just maybe, this time, it's not going to end the same way. Take a breath and let it melt through you like a soft light. Gentle, warm, and unrushed. There's no alarm sounding, no threat here. Just you in this moment, doing something you don't get enough credit for. Trying to feel safe. But maybe that's the hardest part. Because even when nothing's going wrong, your body is still bracing for impact. Even when someone's being kind, your mind starts scanning for hidden motives. Even when things are good, your nervous system whispers it won't last. And it's not because you're dramatic. It's not because you're broken. It's because you've been in relationships where danger came wrapped in affection, where the same hand that held you was the one that hurt you, where I love you was followed by silence, punishment, betrayal, or abandonment. So now you don't trust calm. You don't trust kindness. You don't trust the quiet between storms. You stay on guard, even when you're tired, even when you don't want to. Because part of you still believes that if you stay ready, you won't be blindsided. But love isn't a threat. It's not a battle you need to prepare for. You shouldn't have to feel like a soldier in your own relationship. Breathe that in. Let it wash over the part of you that's always scanning and watching and flinching and tensing. You don't have to be on guard all the time. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to feel peace and not question it. You're allowed to be held without waiting for the moment you'll be dropped. There is no punishment coming. There is no betrayal hiding behind today's tenderness. Just breath and safety. And someone, maybe someone very real, who is trying to love you gently. Let yourself receive it. Let yourself notice when your body tightens, and give yourself permission to soften instead. You don't have to earn safety by staying hyper-aware. You don't have to apologize for your triggers. You don't have to be perfect to be loved. You just have to notice when your old reflexes show up and choose not to follow them. Every time you stay present. Every time you don't spiral into worst-case scenarios. Every time you choose to pause before pulling away. You're healing. Slowly, quietly, and powerfully. Take one more deep breath. Let it sink into your chest and whisper, I don't have to live like I'm still in danger. You're allowed to love without armor, to receive without suspicion, to relax into connection instead of preparing for escape. You're not under attack anymore. You're under grace. And that is enough for today. Take a slow breath in and release it with a sigh. Not a polished, pretty breath, just a real one. You don't have to perform here. You don't have to pretend to feel steady. This part of the journey, it's about the contradiction. The strange in-between where you want love, but also feel like you're going to crawl out of your skin when someone gets too close. Where you miss someone deeply, but also need space because it all feels like too much. Where you crave connection, but sabotage it the second it starts to feel real. And that doesn't make you flaky. doesn't mean you're confused. It means you're carrying wounds and desire at the same time. You want to be held, but you're scared to be known. You want someone to stay, but you test them to see if they will. You want to open up, but you worry the moment you do, you'll get hurt again. Take a breath and let yourself be honest about that. This is the push-pull of healing. One part of you is still holding the memory of heartbreak, of abandonment, of the way someone once said forever and then disappeared. But there's another part of you, quiet, brave, and hopeful. That part is whispering, please don't give up on love. I'm still here. You're not crazy for having mixed signals inside your own heart. You're human. And sometimes healing means walking through that inner tension, not fixing it overnight. It's okay to want love, but be scared of it too. It's okay to be unsure. It's okay to lean in one day and back away the next. But what matters is this. You keep showing up, even when your walls feel high. Even when your fear screams louder than your hope. Even when your hands shake as you reach out. You're still trying, and that is everything. So be kind to yourself. Don't judge your process. Don't rush your pace. Don't compare your healing to someone else's highlight reel. Take another breath. Feel it soften your chest. And whisper to the part of you that's afraid. You don't have to protect me from love anymore. You can walk with me instead. You don't have to be fearless to be ready. You don't have to be fully healed to be loved. You just have to be willing. Willing to try. Willing to be seen. Willing to fill. One moment at a time. One breath at a time. It's how we learn it's safe to let someone in. Take a breath. Let it fall out of you like a quiet release. Not dramatic, just real. Just you. Sitting here trying to feel something different. Trying to believe that this moment isn't going to turn into that one. That this person won't turn into them. But it's hard, isn't it? Because you've been here before. You've let yourself hope. You've tried to believe in new beginnings, and somehow they always ended up the same. Maybe not in the details, but in the ache, the confusion, the way it left you feeling like maybe you're just bad at love. And now, when something new starts, you start waiting for the script to repeat. You study their words too closely. You overanalyze every silence. You try to guess the ending before the middle even has a chance. Because that's what pain does. It tries to protect you by expecting the worst. But here's the truth. You're not doomed to repeat the past. You're not the same person you were back then. And this isn't the same story. This isn't the same character. And most importantly, this isn't the same you. You're more aware now. You see red flags faster. You honor your needs more. You've learned from every heartbreak whether it felt fair or not. And maybe, just maybe, the patterns that used to trap you are starting to unravel. Take another breath. Let it wrap around the fear that says all love ends in pain. Let it whisper, not this time. You don't have to brace for heartbreak just because someone's being kind. This time gets to be different. Not because you're naive, not because you're forgetting, but because you're choosing to believe in growth. In your growth, in their growth, and the possibility that just maybe something's better is here. It's about pretending that past didn't happen. It's about choosing not to live there. You're not stuck in a loop. You're not cursed. You're not destined to watch every good thing fall apart. You're in a new chapter. And new chapters deserve new choices. So breathe. And let yourself believe. You're not doomed to repeat the past. You're being given a chance to write something new. One page at a time. One brave moment at a time. Take a slow breath in. And let it out gently. Let your body start to settle, like dust floating down after the storm. You lived a long time in survival mode, always alert, always scanning, always waiting for the shift, the moment when everything turns cold or sharp or silent. Maybe you were taught that love means tension, that love means providing, that love means shrinking yourself to avoid triggering someone else's moods. Maybe you learned that if someone wasn't chasing you or yelling at you or leaving and coming back, it wasn't love. It was boring. It was empty. But what if that wasn't love? What if that was trauma? What if the things you thought were passion and connection were actually adrenaline and fear? And now when someone treats you gently, when they're calm and stable and safe, it almost feels wrong. Like your nervous system doesn't know what to do without the roller coaster. Let yourself feel that. Not with shame, with awareness, because your body has been trained to confuse chaos with connection, and now it's learning something new. It's learning that love can be soft, that safety isn't boring, that peace isn't a trick, it's a gift. You deserve a love that doesn't keep you guessing. It doesn't leave you wondering where you stand. That doesn't punish you with silence or manipulate you with fear. You deserve a love that feels like exhaling, like coming home to yourself, like being fully known and not punished for it. Take another breath. Let it remind you. Calm isn't a red flag. Consistency isn't a threat. Peace isn't fake. It's just foreign until it isn't. And yes, it might feel awkward at first. It might feel empty. It might feel like it's too easy. But love isn't supposed to feel like survival. It's supposed to feel like peace. So when someone speaks to you gently, and your gut says run, pause, and ask, is this discomfort, or is this healing? Not everyone who stays calm is hiding something. Some people are just safe. Sometimes love isn't loud. It's steady. It's quiet. It's kind. Let yourself receive that. Let your body lean in. Let your body learn it doesn't have to be braced for disaster every time someone gets close. Let your heart believe that being loved without fear is possible. Not just for other people, for you. You deserve a love that feels peaceful. You don't have to fight for it anymore. Take a breath. Not the kind you take when someone's watching. Not the one you've rehearsed. Just take a real breath. No armor, no performance, and no filter. Because this part is about the version of you that you try to hide. The one you think is too much, too sensitive, too messy, and too hard to love. The version you don't show until you're sure someone won't run. The version that whispers, "If you really knew me, you'd leave." But what if that's not true? What if everything you're hiding, everything you labeled unlovable, is actually what makes you human? The way you overthink, the way you care too deeply, the way your voice trembles when you talk about the things that hurt you. Those aren't weaknesses. Those are the parts that long for connection the most. But somewhere along the way, you were made to believe that your real self was a liability. That if someone saw how you really feel, they'd flinch. That if someone knew the full story, they'd change their mind. That love is something you earn by being polished, detached, agreeable. So you edited yourself. You made your pain quieter. You made your heart smaller. You learned to say it's fine when it wasn't. But you don't have to keep doing that. Because the love you actually deserve will never ask you to shrink. It will want to know you. Not the curated version. Not the safe to love version. You. The you with scars and softness. The you with triggers and stories. The you with nervous laughter and bad days and old fears that still show up. You don't need to be easier to love. You just need to be seen. And yes, it's scary. It's vulnerable. It feels like standing in the light after years of living in the shadows. But what if they don't leave? What if they stay? What if they hear your story and hold it with care? What if they don't flinch at your fear, but understand it? Not because they see you as broken, but because they see themselves in your healing. Take another breath. Let it sink deep into the part of you that still believes love is conditional. It's not. At least not the kind of love you're learning to receive now. Let yourself be known. Let yourself be messy. Let yourself be real. Because if you're constantly hiding the truth of who you are, then the love you receive is never truly yours. But when you let someone see the whole picture, and they still choose you, that's where the healing happens. That's when love becomes safe again. You don't have to perform. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to pretend. You just have to show up and let the right person love the real you. Take a breath. Not a perfect one, just a real one. The kind of breath you take after crying, after thinking too much, after finally deciding that maybe, just maybe, you're ready to stop running. Because that's what this part is about. The trying. The terrifying, tender, brave act of trying again. You don't have to dive in. You don't have to be sure. You don't have to say, I'm ready for love, like it's some grand declaration. You just have to try. To soften when you want to shut up. To stay present when your heart says pull away. To answer the text. To hold the eye contact. To show up even if you're scared. Because here's the truth. Fear doesn't always mean stop. Sometimes it means this matters. And it's okay if you don't trust it yet. It's okay if your brain still whispers all the worst case scenarios. It's okay if your heart still wants to bolt. You can still bring all of that with you. And still try. Trying again doesn't mean you forgot the past. It means you're finally believing that your future doesn't have to look like it. It means the old story, the one that said love always ends in pain, is losing its grip. And something new is beginning. You're not betraying yourself by wanting to love again. You're honoring the part of you that never stopped believing, even when it hurt. Take another breath. This time let it feel like a green light. A small yes. Not a promise, just a possibility. The possibility that this connection is different. That you're different. That you don't have to shut down the second it gets real. You don't have to push people away to protect yourself. You don't have to sabotage something good just because you're scared it won't last. Let yourself lean in. Not all at once. Just a little. Just enough. Enough to see what happens when you stop expecting pain and start allowing peace. Enough to hear someone say, I care about you, and maybe believe them. Let yourself try again. Because love is not a test. It's a practice. And you don't have to be perfect to begin. You just have to be willing. You made it. And maybe that doesn't feel like a big deal, but it is. Because healing your relationship with love, with trust, with safety, with being seen, that's not easy. But you showed up. You softened. You breathed through the hard parts. And now you get to rest. Take a slow breath in and let it go. Feel your body begin to settle like water after the storm. Let your hands unclench. Let your jaw relax. Let your heart find a rhythm that feels calm again. You don't have to figure anything out tonight. You don't have to fix yourself. You don't have to perform for anyone's approval. Right now, you are safe, you are seen, and you are loved. Exactly as you are. Let go of the fear that kept you guarded. Let go of the story that says love must hurt. Let go of the pressure to be perfect before you're allowed to receive care. Tonight you don't have to fight your way into connection. You don't have to over-explain your sensitivity. You don't have to carry the weight of your past. All you have to do is breathe. Slowly, softly, like your body is learning what safety feels like again. You are not too much. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are becoming more open, more self-aware, and more whole. Let the quiet hold you now. Let the softness wash over every tense place in your body. Let your mind grow quieter. Let your heart be gentle with itself. There is someone out there who will love the real you, not the version you shrink into, not the one you polish and perfect, the real you. But for now, the only person who needs to show up for you is you. So rest. You've done enough. You've tried enough. And you are enough. And in this stillness, let yourself believe just a little more than yesterday that it's safe to let someone in. You can close your eyes now and drift and dream. You're not alone anymore. Sleep well, love. You're safe now.